Wow, here we are, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Pier 66, SFC, the catch. It's all coming up today here at 3 o'clock Eastern time. Michael Pittman Jr., receiver, Indianapolis Colts, joining us here. You were able to go out yesterday, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
What was your experience? What's it been like being out on these high seas? Have you ever offshore fished before?
Yeah, so I actually offshore fish a lot in Southern California, but I've never really had the opportunity to come out here and fish for like billfish and those like pelagic fish East Coast. So everything was great. I mean, the boats here are just incredible. I mean, the crew here, excellent. Unfortunately, we didn't catch too many fish, but we ended our day with one king mackerel. So it was great. You know, we had a very like a very last minute bite, and we were fortunate that we were able to reel it in.
You said you grew up fishing. What did you learn? Some techniques-wise, maybe some safety-wise that maybe you didn't know before, and it's going to help you have success in the future.
Yeah, so each fishery is different. So you have West Coast, which is drastically different, like from East Coast. So here they do kite fishing for like billfish and stuff like that, which we don't necessarily do as much. And I think that we could implement that on our West Coast fishing because we have billfish too, maybe not as much, but we still got it. And like I think it'll work towards different species back West Coast. So I was just kind of picking the crew's brain about everything that they do and their rigging, the knots and the terminal tackle like that they use. So we got really in depth, and I'm going to try to take some of their techniques back with me and see if I can start my own West Coast style of East Coast fishing.
Love it.
So.
Well, why is it important for you to be able to do events like this in the off season? Obviously, you know, we got the draft coming up, things start moving quickly, OTAs, and then it goes right into it. You know how that goes. But in the off season, to be able to do something like this, is it like a genuine passion for you coming to somewhere like this, coming to Fort Lauderdale, the catch? It's a big event.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been fishing since I was probably 3 years old. So it's something that I've always been passionate for. And I actually wanted to get into sport fishing after I'm done playing. So So like this kind of just fit like right in with me, and it's all for a great cause. I mean, like everybody out here is giving their time and everything. So like it's just great to be out here like with all the great people and great crews.
So have you cultivated a lot of relationships to where you come back here, give somebody a call? Hey, I need to get on your yacht and do some fishing out here.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So
I saw Alvin Kamara out here this morning. He got a big mahi out there, and I know there's been a lot coming off the boats already. So this is really cool for us because, you know, we cover football 24/7. So for us, we learn a lot coming here and talk. And so we probably learn a lot from you. Like, I grew up in Missouri, Lake of the Ozarks. If you've ever seen the show Ozark, picture that.
Great show.
Yeah, exactly. So, but freshwater fishing and, you know, like, well, what do we got? Like catfish and trout and bass. And it's pretty standard. When you come out here and you see some of the lures, I'm like, wait a second, like something's going to bite that and you got to fight it up. Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, the fish out here are just incredible. Like, they have such a wide variety of species, whether it's billfish, sail, marlin, swordfish, or you're chasing mahi or wahoo or king mac, and like there's so many other things like blackfin tuna and like I'm not like well versed like on the Florida fishery, but like I know a little bit about it. So
well, when did you start fishing? Kind of who taught you? I mean, we don't want to date anyone here. We're 40. We grew up watching your dad on television. Maybe don't tell them we said that, but did you learn from your dad?
So my dad is actually not a huge fisherman.
Oh, okay.
It was actually my grandfather that got me into fishing, and my dad likes to fish, but he really only fishes when I make him get out there and fish. So he likes doing it like with me, but if I don't take him, he's probably not going fishing.
Let's talk about the state of the AFC really quick here. We're from Kansas City. You saw my Super Bowl tattoo. I'm running out of room. And I'm behind 2 logos for Super Bowl. So for the Indianapolis Colts, like for you guys, you draft Anthony Richardson last year in the first round. He suffers an injury. He was like on a trajectory that maybe we saw CJ Stroud that wound up achieving in Houston in your division. So for the Colts, it feels like you guys are right there, right on the cusp under Coach Steichen. And how do you guys feel like you're going to get there? Because the Chiefs, it's a juggernaut right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony can be the most dangerous player in the whole entire NFL. I mean, he's got every single trait. He's got every single tool, whether it's his arm strength, whether it's his legs, whether it's his leadership. I'm just so excited for him because I know that he is ready, he is hungry, and he just can't get out there, or he just can't wait to get out there and show everybody that he is also one of those guys.
Absolutely. What can we expect here 3 to 5 Central on CBS Sports Network with SFC The Catch? What can we expect to see out there? You did it yesterday. What can people, our viewers, expect to see?
Absolutely. I mean, you can expect to see a lot of fish being caught. You can expect to see some off-time boat antics. We
surely not
had some fun out there. I think there's this thing called the Dunkaroo. So we had some of those going around, and we just had an all-around just great time.
Perfect.
Michael, you own a victory over the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes 2 years ago. The Chiefs go 14-3, and one of the victories was there in Indianapolis. Chris Jones, we still aren't quite sure what he said to Matt that day, but
being old, I don't know.
I can't relate. I'm 40, so Matt's like our age, but it's all good. But to see what the Chiefs have done. To see what Patrick Mahomes has done, just how do you assess that when you look at it and in its entirety? 3 Super Bowls in 5 years and 3 Super Bowl MVPs, and now Taylor Swift's coming aboard. Like Kansas City's become like a mecca here.
Yeah, I mean, what they've done is something like special. I mean, they're really building, and really, I mean, the thing that Pat's done, he's just such a incredible player, and everything that he brings to their team, and like their defense too is they have a really good defensive line, and they had a pair of really good corners that now one of them is actually in Tennessee. But I mean, they have a lot of success like doing everything like that they do. I mean, obviously you don't win 3 Super Bowls in 5 years if you're not one of the best like at what you're doing. So they kind of set that standard, and hopefully we're doing what we can to reach something that they've reached.
What did that win mean to you guys at the time? Obviously, you know what Kansas City is and stands for now, a dynasty in the making, and kind of already is with the 3 and 5 years.
Yeah.
But what did that win mean to you guys in moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows people that we can play with anybody. And that's something that we show. Last year, it came down to the very last game. Like we had a play in game, and then we lost, unfortunately, like a last-minute play. And like things like that happen, and we're just trying to build off of that because we don't really know how good we can be with Anthony because we really didn't get to see him develop as much in that offense because obviously he got hurt at the beginning of game 3. So he really only had 1.5 games because he got injured like in a game prior to that. So we're just excited to see him develop further.
And you went against L'Jarius Sneed in that game. Now you're going to have to face him twice with the Titans. Yeah. So talk about his game and the challenge going up against him.
Yeah, I mean, these past couple of years, I think he's become one of the premier corners, and he always does like a really good job. Physical guy, bigger guy too. So he wants to put his hands on, and he wants to bump you, and he's just a all around great player.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to hit your final 4 questions. Quick ones. Give us what comes to mind. We'll cut you loose here. First one, what was the first concert you ever attended that you remember?
The first concert. So I'm not a big concert guy, but when I was in college, one of my buddies took me to a Christian concert by Casting Crowns.
Oh, I've heard
of them.
Yeah.
So that was the first concert that I ever went to. But I'm actually going to Chris Stapleton, so that'll be my second.
Oh, what a national! He had a national anthem for the ages at the Super Bowl last year. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. We're required by law being sports media in Kansas City. Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift. Is it good for the NFL? What do you think about that relationship?
Yeah, I think it's good. It brings more eyes. it gets us into spaces that we weren't necessarily before, and anything that puts more eyes like on NFL football like is good for us.
Yeah.
And I don't see a problem with it. Some people get to complaining about them showing her on TV, but I mean, money talks, and she makes people a lot of money. So like, I don't blame the NFL for doing whatever they're doing.
It's not during a play. It's in
Yeah.
between. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's just the in between time.
Yeah.
Okay, you can catch one fish and never catch another one for the rest of your life, but it's going to be the best catch you've ever had. What fish is it? What are you reeling in?
That's such a tough one. I'm gonna say a black marlin, like
Ooh,
a 1,200-pound black marlin.
that I want to see that happen, but then I don't want that to be your last fish.
Yeah.
If I see that, I'm going to feel really bad.
Oh, well,
If I
I
ever
don't
see a
plan on
picture of
going
that.
marlin fishing soon. So
Last one here. You're not much of a concert goer, but are you a movie watcher? What's one of your favorite movies?
one of my favorite movies is, I have so many favorite movies.
Open us
Yeah,
up to
hit
something
it- hit
maybe
a-
we
hit a
haven't
few.
seen. Yeah, hit a few.
Let's see. So Oppenheimer, I watched, and I thought that was a great movie. I mean, like, it's kind of slow. It's not my usual movie, but I thought that like the plot, well, not the plot because it's a true story,
Right.
Yeah.
but just like the detail like that it went into and showed like every stage of like what he went through. Like, I thought that was great. Just like the way that it depicted it. And then I just saw Godzilla vs. Kong, and I thought that
Yes.
was a great movie. Okay.
Yes.
So I actually went in and bought that big metal popcorn bucket because I liked it so much. So I went and bought the jumbo popcorn,
Yes.
and I got the special cup with it,
That-
you know. So I had a good time doing that.
Oh,
Do
what
you have
a
a guilty pleasure movie? Something you don't want to really admit to a ton of people, even though we are here live.
Yeah, so I love Disney movies.
Yes.
And then my daughter is 3 years old, so I get to watch a lot of Disney movies, and
Perfect.
and I'll get caught up watching, and my wife is like yelling at me, like she's like, Michael, and I'm sitting there like mouth open watching like a kid again.
Yes.
So
Oh, what a perfect way, man. We're nostalgic people. We like to relive our youth. Our youths were just a little further back than yours, but
Black and white television.
I gotta call an audible real quick. We gotta add a fifth because I see you got a lot of tattoos. What's your next tattoo?
So I actually think I may be done getting tattoos.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
There is no done.
Maybe
Well-
Super Bowl trophies like he has.
Thank you.
So
Once you get those.
So I have a half leg sleeve and I have an arm sleeve. So I think that's good enough for me. Like, I'm not sure if I'll get more. I mean, I guess I'll never say never, but
You
for
have
now,
more kids. You win Super Bowls. You win
Yeah.
MVP. There's a lot out there. You're young, so you
Yeah.
got to keep one arm open, keep a back plate open. You got to
Yeah.
work with me here. That's gonna be great.
Last
Hey,
thing before we let you go, Michael, we've got a big football audience here, why they should be tuning in 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern to SFC The Catch.
Absolutely, because you are going to see a lot of big fish being caught, and you're going to see a lot of players putting in work, and just everybody put a ton of work like into this deal today, and it is definitely worth watching.
Perfect. Thank you so
3
much.
to 5 Eastern.
Thank
Michael
you, guys.
Pittman Jr. will be cheering for you all season long here, and that's because the Chiefs don't play the AFC South this year. So all good.
All right.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.